Latino truckers are boycotting going to Florida, and some European Americans are not taking it well. Please watch.
Oh, this article just popped up on my feed. Okay. Apparently, there's some Hispanic truck workers that want to boycott delivering food and necessities to stores over DeSantis' new immigration law. Let me tell you this, truck drivers. Go ahead, try us Americans. We will take your jobs. I will gladly step up and deliver the goods. Right after I'm done with my job, I will work overnight just to prove that Americans will not be broken. You could continue your dumb BS. It's not going to work. We will band together and make sure that everything gets well taken care of. And by the way, you can go back to Mexico or Cuba or Venezuela, exactly where you just came from, if you don't appreciate living in the America that we created. You came here illegally. Now you suffer the goddamn consequences. Time for you to go. I guarantee you we can have a line of patriots in a matter of hours willing to deliver goods to whatever store needs to be delivered to, whether it's through our personal vehicles or through a work truck. We will make it happen. Don't mess with Americans.
Don't you mess with Americans. How does she say that with a straight face? I don't know what's more ridiculous, that she's threatening to take their jobs or saying that they built America. Because we know that the United States was built on the sweat, blood, and labor of people that didn't look like her.
Personally, as a Black American, I'm going to stay out of this fight. I'm a little bit too lazy, a little bit too dumb, and I haven't gotten reparations, so I'm not motivated to really do anything for anyone. Because there is another video of a woman calling for Black and Brown coalition to come together and fight this. No, I'm gonna sit this one out. But this lady, she said, and I don't know why they do this, talking about go back where you came from. Everybody is going to have to go back where they came from unless they're native to this land. It's funny when they say that. I'm like, you're not native from here. They really believe that they're from this land. It's kind of like the expats that are in North Africa and Egypt right now. They think they're from that land because they were born there. No, that's your nationality, but you're an expat. You're not the original Nubian people from that land from years ago. It's not true. And Cleopatra was not Greek. I'm not even going into that. But she is saying that, which destroys her whole, spiel about being illegal. Now they're illegal if you. Anyway, she is angry that these illegal people who shouldn't be here anyway is not delivering food. And she said after her job, she's going to deliver it if she has to, by any means necessary. But this is a problem between the colorless people and the colorless adjacent people. And we don't need to be in the middle of this. We can sit and watch, we can give commentary, but we don't need to be picking a side. We need to stay neutral, right in the middle. And if you can, just be as quiet as possible about it. Because one, these people were brought here to do the jobs that they didn't want to do, that they couldn't feel, that Black people definitely were not going to do. And then you want to ish on them after they do this. They want them to be happy with the usury. It's insane. And then try and pretend like you're not like your ancestors. You want them to be happy and singing a song out there, picking strawberries and delivering it for you and getting paid less. And then when they come here and they're willing to take less pay just to try and make some type of living, it undermines the Black community. It undermines the poor. It undermines us the most. And then, because I've noticed it in the area in which I live, there was a certain area where it was predominantly Black. Now that they have moved into that area, all of the stores, all the workers, the people in the whole area, all of the homes that are there in that block, all of the apartment buildings are now filled with Latin people. It's been a hostile takeover, businesses everywhere, and it's for Latin people. And there's an attitude, there is this thing in the air of looking down. The absolute audacity and nerve. The anti-Blackness in the Latin community is deep. They have a caste system and they do not like Black people. I don't care what you say. They do not like Black people. Did I say everybody? No, I didn't. But they have a hardcore anti-Blackness within the community. And it's well documented. So this is why I cannot advocate for them, they're going to have to do what they have to do and pull themselves up by their bootstraps, just like they told us. And on the other side, what are you complaining about? Why don't you just go out there and do the work? If you made this country, and they love to say their country, this is not their country. You come in and you slaughter people and you steal, it's stolen land. And you're just claiming it, and you're holding it hostage with guns and bombs. But I don't see anybody out there doing what I don't see her. I haven't seen her TikToking up driving a truck. I haven't seen her out there in a field picking any vegetables or anything. But I thought it was funny between the both of them, how basically he was saying, you know, something that I've heard before, that this nation was built by immigrants. I find that highly disrespectful to my ancestors. And because we are an afterthought, that's why I'm not diving in. And I find it disappointing to see other Black people diving in, because to be honest, there is an article out there that you can read how when illegal immigrants come in and they do work for less pay, it affects the Black community the most.
Feed. Apparently, there's some Hispanic. Let me tell you this, truck driver. Right after I'm done with my job, I will work overnight just to prove that Americans will not be together and make sure that we create it. You can't.
Of people that didn't look like her. To the creator of that video, those truck drivers are Americans. They just have roots in America Latina, and they want to stand in solidarity with people that are being dehumanized at this very moment. And I've said this before, but without undocumented people's work and its allies, this country would crumble. And Florida's about to see that, and I can't wait to watch gente desvergonzada como esta to supposedly go and do extra shifts. I have a lot more to say, familia, but I'm gonna stop right there. And as usual, remember that no human being is illegal. And if y'all agree, check the shirts that are in my bio.
I want to show a series of videos to how immigrants really feel about Black Americans, and this is why I don't advocate for getting in the middle of situations that we shouldn't be on. We have a real issue, and I've seen people have a real problem with keeping their mouth shut and not getting in the middle of situations that have nothing to do with us. We need to learn to protect our peace, relax, just watch, enjoy, throw out our little jokes, and stay neutral.
You know, I was thinking something today, and I bet a lot of immigrants laugh at a lot of Black Americans. So imagine this. Imagine you live in India, right? You move your family, it's you, your wife, and you've got 2 kids. You move your family over here and you have nothing once you get here. Or let's say you've got $3,000 to your family's name by the time you get here. By the way, you don't speak English very well at all. Very broken English, you can barely even understand it. Yet you apply for 200-300 jobs, find yourself a job, you start making money. From there, you're working your butt off and you're saving every penny while also helping take care of your family. Your wife is working as well, you both are taking care of the children, obviously. You work your butt off for 10 years, save up enough money, right? Then you start your own business. From this point, as your business started, it struggled for the first year or 2, but you had a good savings and now your business is starting to become profitable, you're starting to make money. Then you kick it into overdrive, you push the business even harder, and now you're making even more money. Now it's about time for your kids to go to college, so you've been saving up for their college fund, and now you look to start sending them to school. Your kids then go to school, they become doctors or lawyers, or surgeons. They graduate 2 years after college, after they're done with their schooling, are now making 6 figures a year regularly. You then see people that were born here with every opportunity that you dreamed about having and moved your family across the world from, and they're busy blaming the fact that they're not successful on the things that happened 200-300 years ago to their grandparents, their great-great-great-grandparents, right? I don't understand how immigrants don't look at that and they're not like, oh my God.
That was one video from an immigrant. And the other thing that I find so interesting about this Black and Brown coalition is the majority of the Latin people in Florida voted for Ron DeSantis, the exact person who's doing this to him. So who is to blame for this? They sided with the woman who was talking about them. The woman who said she'd drive the trucks. They sided with her and voted for the same person. And now that they're being disenfranchised and this is happening to them, now they want someone to come in and help and save them. No, dog.
They
used to have those statues in plantations.
And then when Nori brings her little yard bag or the Louis Vuitton bag,
it's like the oddest thing. It's like Black and Brown on this float, and then there's this white guy with this little black kid who's misbehaved. Este niño has they're not doing. The kid is bouncing off the effing walls on the float, practically tipping it over. There's nothing you can do to control him. They're raising him like a little white kid, which I was like, this kid needs a beat down. Like, let me take him around the corner and then I'll bring him back.
There's a lot to unpack in there, and believe it or not, it got even worse. Lillian Martinez called the child a Spanish term meaning animal, but she also mocked Oaxacans and implied that LA County's progressive district attorney, George Gascon, shouldn't be supported, saying, quote, F that guy, he's with the blacks.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Camila Cabello.
Tonight, in this room full of music's dreamers, we remember that this country was built by dreamers, for dreamers chasing the American dream. I'm here on this stage tonight because, just like the dreamers, my parents brought me to this country with nothing in their pockets but hope. They showed me what it means to work twice as hard and never give up. And honestly, no part of my journey is any different from theirs. I'm a proud Cuban-Mexican immigrant born in Eastern Havana, standing in front of you on the Grammy stage in New York City. Thank you. And all I know is, just like dreams, these kids can't be forgotten and are worth fighting for. Tonight, it is my great honor to introduce one of the greatest bands in music history, U2. This band from Ireland first rocked the Grammy boat when they won their first 4 awards 30 years ago for The Joshua Tree, an album that explored their own powerful connection with the American dream. 46 Grammy nominations and 22 awards later, they extend their stunning Grammy legacy tonight by celebrating New York City and the promise that has drawn generations of immigrants here from around the world.
But yeah, that is the words from their mouths. There's many more. There's many more videos of the anti-blackness. There's the videos of the nation is built by immigrants for immigrants, and the dismissal of black people, and the fact that we're not immigrants, and the fact that the Twin Towers had a slave grave underneath it, and that is what represents this nation's economy, wealth, and the fact that it's standing as it is today. And this is exactly why I cannot be allies and do anything for anyone else, because no one does anything on behalf of black people. They can't even be happy about the conversation around reparations. And also, there has been a fight. I'm sure a lot of these people were in solidarity with keeping CRT out of Florida schools and all of that. I know they were sitting in those crowds. So therefore, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I'm just gonna look at the dumpster fire that is Florida, and I'm going to give my commentary and see how things unfold. But I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.